This draft is a combination of pretty much everything we've discussed so far and may end up being our final draft. You can see we've got the first version of the windows that we had in the last video that you guys decided on. And one thing to consider is going back to when we originally placed these, there was a space in between. And I just wanted to bring that to your attention that will be a little different, and I'll show you what that difference, if you leave that gap, would look like from the inside later in this video. Either way will really work fine. Another thing I wanted to point out that you had a concern about is that if we zoom in here, we've got 25 inches from the floor to the bottom of the window, and I had measured 25.5 in your living room from the floor to the top of the windowsill that's there. So I can make note on the print to keep it to be the same that's in the living room, and it should be based on the drawing. I'd imagine if it's within an inch or two, it's okay. So we still will fit. We didn't have to bring this down to the floor. And the reason it will fit with such a taller window than you have in the living room is because the wall height from underneath the roof to the bottom is a foot taller in this addition room than it is in the rest of the house. So all of these here are all showing 25 inches from the floor up. If we take a look from above in the plan view, we've maintained the 20-foot width and we've increased it to 22 feet out. And I just placed some kind of generic furniture in the room so you could get a sense of what you can fit in that space. I don't know how much thought you've put into what you want to do with your furniture. If you'd like to explore that a little further, let me know. I can email you a version of this that's printable on your home computer with and you even can, I'll send you some generic furniture sizes too if you want. You can even kind of cut them out with some scissors and place them around the version that I give you, that you can print out at home, and you can kind of play with that on your own. If we look at the building from above with the roof gone, we can kind of get a better sense of what the space will look like with some furniture in here. And again, I just threw some generic stuff in there. The program has some pre-combined living room sets, and I just put one in here so you can get a sense of what it would look like with a couch in the middle of the room. You may have planned on putting the furniture to the outsides of the room. I'm not 100% sure. The only thing I'm pretty clear that was locked in was a large TV over the fireplace. We've left this open. I'm going to spin back around here. This has been left open here for the countertop, and just a note here as well, this countertop can extend over this wall kind of into this room, even if it's only an inch to cover this surface. If you'd prefer, you even could maybe go a little further and add another stool out here, or maybe over here if you wanted to increase your seating. That's an option as well. Let's take a look at the room from inside. The far corner. And like I mentioned before, let's take a look at what this would look like if you had that gap in between. So really it's not a huge deal. It's really a matter of preference. In some ways it'd be easier to have this space in here, but it really isn't that big of a deal. If you zoom in, depending on the style molding that you go with, you can just kind of continue going right around the window in one shape or another. Let's have a look back from this corner. Take a look back this way toward the room. ignore the siding that's existing inside here. We'll have one last look from outside.